Isn't the Hyundai Kona a fun car to look at? First impressions count, and this small SUV gives off all the right vibes. I was in the Hyundai Kona Go, which is the bottom of the range, and super helpfully you can option in a safety pack for $1,500. So this car will come in at about 25 grand with a full safety kit. It's in competition with cars like the Mazda CX-3 and Honda HR-V. I drove it with my family for 7 days to see how it fit into our everyday life. The Kona zips around town happily. It doesn't feel heavy at all, the gears change really quickly, and there aren't any hesitations some of the other cars in this category can have. This is a 2-litre petrol engine, which is enough for it to get up hills swiftly, and I also really like the nimble feel of the drive. It feels like you can duck in and out of traffic when you need to. I'm in the 2-wheel drive, but it also comes in an all-wheel drive version, which is good if you drive on dirt roads or gravel roads a lot, or if you like going to the snow a lot. I was just driving around suburbia, so 2-wheel drive was fine on the roads. Fuel consumption is a claimed 7.2 litres for every 100 Ks, but in a real-world test, my CarsGuide colleagues say it does about 10.4 litres for every 100 Ks, which is about on par with the competition. Parking is super easy with a car this size, and the steering wheel is really great to manoeuvre into position. There's also a high-def reverse parking camera to help you out. It's a really fun car to drive. If it were a Kardashian, because they all start with Ks too, it would be Chloe. She's the most fun one. The fun continues with the exterior of the car, and for once I don't feel like I'm in a mum car, which is so nice for a change. There's a completely funky vibe with a big grille on the front and sleek headlights, and it gives it a real spacey feel, like it's about to bounce around on the moon or something. Really modern. Inside is not as fun though. As is usually the case, the higher the pay grade, the more design features you get. This still works and looks fine, and the functionality is fantastic, but there's no high gloss, it's all matte black. There's no real design feature to call out, but it's still good. The seats are a nice fabric that look good and feel good to sit on. Like, I don't feel like I'm sitting on cheap seats. And even things like the dash and the doors, they don't have that hard plasticky feeling that you can get in some base models. This doesn't feel like it was done on a budget. It still feels good in here, and I am happy to drive around in it. You will get 2 cup holders in the front, a space to stash keys and a phone, and a pretty sizable centre storage bin for this size car. The front has just enough space for my 185 centimetre husband. His knees were bent more than usual to fit in, and he was about 5 centimetres clear of the roof. I also felt quite compact on our drive, more so than in a Ford EcoSport or Holden Trax, which are in the same category and price bracket. My 2 children, aged 5 and 7, were easily able to climb in the back. They had lots of room, they were really comfortable, and there was enough space between them as well, though you can't get a 3rd child seat in here. I have done it once with 3 booster seats, but it was extremely hard work to do up the car seats. I wouldn't recommend that. It's a good amount of room if you don't have car seats though. I'm 161 centimetres and I can fit perfectly fine in here. Other tall adults may have to squish in, especially if you've got a taller person in front of you. There are no cup holders back here, which is odd for a car in this category, but you will get a bottle holder in each door. As is standard across the category, there are no air vents at the back here either, but the air vents at the front really do blow a lot of cool air. I drove it in 37-degree heat this week, and the kids were fine because I was pointing the air at them. It was just me that missed out on the cool air in the front. Boot space is fairly average for this category. It is bigger than a CX-3's, but smaller than an HR-V's. It will just fit a single pram, but you won't get anything else in. So if you've got 1 child, you'll be okay, but if you're planning on upsizing, not great. If you've got a standard Hyundai Kona Go, you'll miss out on auto emergency braking. But this car was upgraded with the safety kit, so it comes with auto emergency braking, and also included is blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alerts, lane departure warnings, and driver fatigue detection. Safety is rounded out with the ever important airbags for driver and front passenger, side curtain airbags that extend to the back row, plus ISOFIX points and top tether points for children's car seats. Technology in the Kona is great. There's a 7-inch touchscreen, and it's also got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which just syncs with your phone and allows you to use voice control to make calls and send texts. Plus, play your music with Spotify and navigate via your Maps app. You can also turn the music up really loud because the sound system is great. I really enjoyed driving the Hyundai Kona Go this week. It zips around town so easily, I barely had to think while driving it, and it had enough interior space for all of us. My husband did look a bit large in it, but the kids were comfortable, and that's the important thing. If only the boot was a tiny bit bigger, I'd be perfectly happy with this car. As it stands, I gave it a family rating of 7 out of 10 because I really liked the way it looked and felt to drive. But I do think it needed a tiny bit more boot space. My kids gave it a 7.5. They absolutely loved it. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.